Okay, real talk. Are you constantly scrambling, trying to figure out what to post on Instagram only to end up posting something random and hoping it somehow brings in sales? I have totally been there. As a busy mom running a business, homeschooling my kids, content planning felt like just one more thing on my plate until I found a system that actually worked. That is why I put together my free 5-day challenge, Plan It, Post It, Profit. In just a few minutes a day, you can learn how to create content with strategy. So you're not just posting to post, but you're actually building momentum and connection that leads to actual sales from your Instagram content without being glued to your phone. And the best part, in just 10 minutes a day for 5 days, you will have an entire month of content planned following my signature framework, the 5 steps to sales on Instagram strategy. So if you're ready to ditch the content overwhelm and have a content plan so you know exactly what to post to get sales, head to the link in the show notes to join Plan It, Post It, Profit. You will be so glad you did. If you have been showing up on Instagram, posting, engaging, giving value, fostering connection, all the things, you're already doing a lot. And spoiler, it's working. But what if all that content could work even harder for you? What if there was a simple way to take the people who already love your content and know you and guide them somewhere deeper, somewhere you can keep showing up for them, keep building that trust, and even make more sales? That is what we're going to talk about today, how email marketing and Instagram work together to help you create connection, nurture your audience beyond the scroll, and turn your content into paying clients without doubling your workload. Whether you're already growing a list or you're figuring out how email fits into your business, this episode is going to make it feel so simple and strategic and totally doable for you. Welcome to the Mompreneur Mastery Podcast, where we share actionable Instagram strategies that fit into a busy mom's schedule so that you can get more engagement, more leads, and more sales in less time. I'm Sydney O'Brien, an Instagram strategist who started my business with 3 kids under 5 and found a way to do it without sacrificing quality time with my family and only working 2 hours a day. I love helping other mom business owners find that seemingly impossible mom work-life balance instead of spending too much time creating content that isn't getting them the results they want. If you're an overwhelmed but very ambitious business owner and you want to strategize the heck out of your Instagram account so that you can save time and make more sales, you're in the right place. Hello, and welcome back to Mompreneur Mastery, simple Instagram strategies for busy moms. This is your host, Sydney O'Brien, and today's episode is sponsored by Email Tool Tester. And listen, you know me, I don't talk about tools I wouldn't use myself or recommend to a friend who is also juggling client calls and snack requests and all the things. This one, it's one of those where has this been all my life kind of resources, especially if you want your email list to do more than just, exist. So we will talk about what's inside and why it is so good just a little bit later in the episode. But first, I want to dive into how Instagram and email work together so your business has more success. Instagram is a great place for your people to find you. It's where you can show your face, show your personality, show your unique selling proposition, and let your audience get to know you fast. It's fun, it's fast-paced, it is perfect for building visibility and fostering that connection you need to have sales, right? You've got reels, carousel, stories, all these little moments that build connection in bite-sized pieces. But let's be so real for a minute. I love Instagram. She's my best friend, but it can be really noisy. You are up against a lot of other people, some of them saying pretty similar, if not the same stuff as you, right? And the longevity of a post isn't that much. So while it is great to hop on and find new people and make those connections, and it's really powerful for that, it's not where the full journey has to happen. That is why we can combine it with email marketing for deeper conversations with our leads, okay? This is where real relationships happen. It's a little more intentional, but it's where people are making more buying decisions. And you're also not limited by character counts or trending audios. You could share a full story, walk someone through an entire transformation, handle objections, and remind them why your offer is the thing that can help them. And it doesn't disappear into the algorithm abyss. It lands right in their inbox, a space they've invited you into. So Instagram builds the vibe, email builds the relationship, and together they build trust that sells. So here's where most people overthink it. You don't need to beg people to sign up or slap link in bio everywhere like you're shouting, okay? You just need to offer something helpful to make it easy to say yes to joining your email list. And you do that with lead magnet. You create a lead magnet that solves a real problem, okay? Think checklist, a quiz, a mini training, templates, something like that. Something that solves the I am stuck moment that your audience is already having. Your lead magnet should be showing up regularly in your content, right? This isn't like a one and done thing. And if you're wondering what a lead magnet is, or maybe yours isn't converting as high as you would like it to, you're not getting many signups from it, let's talk about what a lead magnet should actually do, okay? If you've got one and it's not bringing in the right people or people at all, we need to tweak the strategy, not the whole thing. So your lead magnet should solve a very specific pain point. It should give a quick win, and it should naturally lead to your paid offer, okay? So say you're a nutritionist and your main offer is a 12-week meal planning program. Instead of like generic healthy eating tips freebie, which is nice, but it's something people could Google pretty easily. You want to offer something that gives a quick win, shows what you do, and is also hyper-specific to your target audience. So say this person's target audience is busy moms of picky eaters. Your lead magnet could be 3 family-friendly dinners even the pickiest of kids will eat that you can make in 20 minutes or less. Okay, that was kind of a mouthful. So I would work on that to trim down the title, but you get the idea. A quick win, something that shows it's for them, right? Because we acknowledge the picky eater part and, the time limit because they're busy. You want to be able to do it quickly. So we said 20 minutes or less. So it solves these problems and shows them it is specifically for them. It's quick, and it naturally leads to the meal planning program. Like, hey, you did this with this freebie. Imagine what you could do with this whole program. So now that you have a solid lead magnet, we want to make sure people see it. You're already making connections on Instagram. We just need to hype up your lead magnet so people go from Instagram to your email list. So you can nurture them in both places at once for faster sales and more consistent sales. The first place that I'm sure you've probably heard of before is in your link in bio, right? But we don't want to put just like a free guide. We want to put something transformation based. Whenever we're selling, we want to make it transformation based, even if it's a free thing we're selling. So it would be grab my 3-step content plan for converting followers, or need dinner ideas, get my 20-minute meal plan. Something like that shows what they get out of it. This could also be a call to action in your bio, leading them to that link in your bio to get the thing. So it's right there for anyone to see at any point in time. Another easy place to put it where anyone can see it at any point in time is pin it as a post to your grid. You can do it as one post that you pin there. You can do it how I have it, as like a banner post that covers all those 3 spots. However you want, but just make sure it's there so anyone seeing your profile can see what you offer. You can share it in your story highlights so that's also there all the time for people. And you can create content pretty regularly that also promotes it. So you get new eyes on that all the time. And when you're promoting it, the easiest way to do it is make it pretty casual and, like I said, transformation based. So if you're talking about meal planning, like as a topic, how it's beneficial or something, in the caption of whatever kind of post you're sharing, just be like, hey, if this hits home, I've got a free guide that'll help. Comment guide, and I will send it to you. It doesn't have to be a super salesy thing. And if it makes sense, you can always DM it to someone, right? I mean, don't do it out of the blue. But if someone is replying to a story or you've been talking about it, you can be like, hey, I have this thing. I think it might help you and it's free. Are you interested? You don't need to be pushy. You just need to be helpful. All right. And let's talk about what happens after they grab the lead magnet, because this is where some people lose momentum. You send the download and then maybe a thanks for signing up email. Maybe there's nothing set up at all. Maybe you start emailing, but the sales still don't come. That is where the email tool tester guide comes in. And you guys, this thing is really good. You know me, I hate fluff. I hate things that are too overwhelming and take a long time to figure out because I don't have that kind of time or brain space. So this is perfect. It's not overwhelming. It's the kind of resource I wish I had when I had first started building my list. When you download the guide, and of course the link will be in the show notes, It talks about why email marketing actually works. So you can use it alongside the Instagram strategy you've been working on with me and build those connections and nurture your audience even faster for more conversions. It also goes over the biggest mistakes people make so you can make sure you are not making them. These might be things that are preventing you from getting sales, and we definitely don't want that. And I think my favorite part, might be one of the underrated things, but definitely a favorite for me, is the tool recommendations, because I'm very picky. I want value and affordability. There's a balance there when it comes to buying tools, resources, softwares, apps, whatever for my business. And I really don't like taking the time to research them all to make sure it has that balance. But there's a tool recommendation section in this guide that I found incredibly helpful because I definitely don't have time to go and do all that research on my own. Another really, really amazing thing that I loved about this guide was deliverability tips, because you can put in all this work in email marketing, but if it's ending up in spam, it's kind of pointless. So they give tips to make sure that your emails are actually ending up in inboxes, getting seen and clicked. So even if you already have an email list, if it's not working or if you're not getting the conversions you should be getting, this will help you figure out why and help make it an easier process for you. Or if you're just getting started with your email list, it'll help you build a list that is set up to sell, not just sit there. It's totally free, super actionable, and honestly, just all around really helpful. So definitely go grab that in the show notes. So just to do a quick recap here, you don't need to do more. You don't need to ditch Instagram. You can just connect the dots between visibility and sales and use both tools together to have more connection for more conversions for your business. Instagram helps get you that visibility. It helps build the connection. Your freebie builds the momentum and starts building trust. Email builds that relationship and builds the sale. So all of these three things can work together to really help you grow your business. So I want you to, 1, get the free guide in the show notes. 2, go share the heck out of your freebie. Share it on Instagram, share it on Threads, share it in Facebook groups if you're allowed to, share it wherever, Pinterest. It is the most helpful thing ever, because for lots of people, it will be, and they need to know about it. And if you don't have one yet, think about one that would be helpful for your audience, solve a small problem for them, and still naturally lead into your main offer. If you're having trouble coming up with one, send me a DM on Instagram, and I would be super happy to help you toss some ideas around. My handle is @socially.yours.strategist. Thank you so much for listening to Mompreneur Mastery, simple Instagram strategy for busy moms. If you were listening to this episode and found yourself nodding along, I would love it if you would find me on Instagram and send me a message telling me your biggest takeaway. My handle is @socially.yours.strategist. And don't forget to grab your free 1 month of Conversation Starters content calendar so that you know exactly what to post to get more comments without spending hours brainstorming Instagram post ideas. You can get it at sociallyyours.biz/content-calendar or head to the link in the show notes.